everybody!
Hello!
Welcome to the Mystery Box Show Silent Auction Informational live stream. We are coming to you live from the Mystery Box Show headquarters, aka
Our home?
the living room.
The living room.
The living room. So thank you all for being here. We, as some of you may know, we have a silent auction that is live. It went live on Saturday, right after our last live stream show, in an effort to fundraise for the show. Like many of you, the business got hit pretty hard because of the pandemic. We're not able to gather. We're used to being in a theater with 400 people, and since what is gathering right now? 5 people?
I haven't even been keeping track.
I don't know. We can't gather. That's the point. And we've been doing free live streams since the pandemic started, just to make it more accessible, because we understand that so many people are also going through a financial challenge right now. But we are a business, and so we are wanting to keep this thing rolling. We are so lucky that we have an amazing, amazing community of people and a network, you can jump in anytime, who graciously donated the coolest stuff. I think I've said this before. My love language is gifting. And so putting these auction items together in these bundles was sort of like curating gifts for people. I know they were gifted to us, and then people are bidding on them. So they're not actually, it's all gifting. It's all gifting. So it's just been really, really fun. And like somebody said today, we have the coolest auction items, and I couldn't agree more. And that's what this is about. It's an opportunity for you in the chat to ask us questions. If you look at the what's it called?
URL?
URL at the bottom of the screen. That's where the auction itself is. You can go look at all of the items. It'll be running until Sunday night, the 20th, Sunday night. But here's an opportunity to ask us questions in the chat. We're also going to show you pictures and talk about the items. And Eric, if you have anything to say, feel free.
Yeah, I don't mean to be so silent. I kind of feel like you're Penn and I'm Teller, but I'll talk a little bit.
It's because I love shopping. I'm so excited about the live stream.
No, seriously, this is really exciting. First of all, all the support everybody has shown to the show so far, just for the stories that we're able to put out there, and it really helps create empathy out in the world. And I know that sounds almost like a line that's crafted to garner, tug at the heartstrings, but it's really true. We hear it over and over how important the stories that we get on stage are to everybody. And I'm not going to speak for Reba, but for me it was just complete surprise that the show would have that effect since when we started it about 8.5 years ago. So it's been a thrill to keep it going, and we're hoping to keep it going even further than that.
Through shopping. Plus, we didn't introduce Klaus.
Oh, this is Klaus?
This is Klaus.
New addition to our family. What, a day old?
Klaus is 1 day old. And we just wanted him to join us. So, Sexy Woman.
Hello, Dale
Women.
Money.
Hi. I love the show. Thank you.
Francois, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup.
So, we don't know how long this is going to be. This will be pretty casual, but we are going to start showing auction items up on the screen and talk about them. Please talk to us in the chat. We will respond. So what's up first? We have how many items now? 80?
80,
I think we have
like
80
that?
items, so there's 2 pages worth. And I want to say this, we're at 86.6% of our goal, which is freaking amazing, because it's 3 days in, it's 4 days into the live stream.
Yeah.
It's not even
to the auction.
Yeah, to the auction, yeah.
Should we live stream for 4 days?
No, put it up.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So let's talk about this first.
Yeah, VoiceBox. So VoiceBox, it was local to Portland for many, many years, and now they have 5 locations. 2 are in Portland, 1 in Denver, 1 in Fort Worth, and 1 in...
Did they open in Boise?
Yeah, in Boise. So if you're at any of those places, you can use these gift cards. VoiceBox is a private karaoke suite establishment, so you can go... it works really well with your COVID bubble.
Yeah, so you know, you go to the bar. First of all, I mean, when you could go to bars and sing karaoke, and you'd put your name down, and then you'd have to wait 2 hours while everybody else went through their songs until you could get to yours. You have a private suite where you and just a couple friends can get together. And I know that in these times that sounds a little bit scary. And here's the cool thing: VoiceBox actually shut down for a long time, obviously, because we couldn't gather together in even small groups. but they've found a way to make it COVID safe. Even among, singing has a lot of projectile from the mouth sort of thing. I'm not a doctor. But, they sterilize the microphones. They have microphone covers now. They can...
Keep talking.
Sorry, I was reading Reba's note to me that says I'm talking a little over-talking. I'm not going to do that. I shouldn't have read that out loud, should I?
We have a lot of items to get through.
Yeah, anyway, VoiceBox is awesome. If you're in any of those cities, these are definitely worth picking up.
A comment just came in. The honest storytelling is so great. Love the business idea and hope you can get back to in-person shows soon. Thank you.
Michelle.
We
We
do
hope
too.
so too. All right, next item.
Hey, let us know where you're watching from too. We love knowing where people are coming in from.
Yeah.
Shebop. Speaking of coming from anywhere, this is one of the online opportunities, which is really cool because it means it's virtual and you can participate from anywhere in the world. Shebop is a local to Portland, female-friendly sex toy boutique, but they offer classes and workshops. So this is a $50 gift card toward any of that. You can find them at sheboptheshop.com. And this one's got a couple bids on it, I know, but you can see all of the classes they have to offer.
And some of them are on the screen right now that
for-
shows what's coming up very soon.
For product as well. Okay, what's next?
Oh, hello, Francois in Vermont. That's where you
Vermont.
are. Nice.
Okay, sex coaching with Christine. So Christine is kind of a big deal here in town. She's on the news once a week. She's like K2 News' sex coach, which is pretty rad for like morning news. She's also been a storyteller with us on the Mystery Box show, so we know her personally. Well, we know everyone personally that has participated in this auction. But she's also a sexologist, a clinical sexologist, and a sex coach. So this is also a virtual opportunity. You can participate from anywhere in the world. I want to add this, anything that are our classes or our coaches or anything virtual, I know it can be intimidating if you're not well versed in like the sex positive community and things. And all of these people that we endorse are very
They're so welcoming.
user friendly.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it. They just make you feel right at home. So
Yeah.
welcome from Omaha and Michigan.
Ed,
Rad.
good to see you again.
Cool.
And Michigan, hello.
Okay.
Hello. All right.
Catman Cellars Wine and Missionary Chocolates, two of our favorite local artisan food people. We met, actually, I found Missionary Chocolates years ago when we were looking for sponsors for the show, and I was like, how perfect, missionary, like missionary style, like doing it. But actually it's called Missionary because the founder and owner is a naturopathic doctor. And so missionary meaning like doctor stuff.
Yeah, like to go on a mission for the betterment of people.
Right. So these truffles are gluten-free and vegan and the best shit I've ever tasted. Weird that I just called amazing chocolate shit, but
Yeah, don't focus on that. And they're always coming up with new flavors. They are
right.
addictive.
So we've already sold, because some of the auction items are buy now, so we've already sold a big bundle of chocolates, but there are some more pairings. There's some wine and chocolate pairings that are still available with the Catman Cellars wine, who Ted, the owner of Catman, we met at a party years ago and we were drinking. He was friends with the party giver. And I was like, what am I drinking? This is so amazing. And my friend Steph was like, well, here's the winemaker. And I was like, what? And I don't think he had a winery at the time, right? He was just like making wine in his house because he loves it. So those are the kind of people that we really cling to, is like, oh, you love what you're doing, and that's why it's so great. But now he's got a fully functioning winery, and he's doing tastings and things like that, and you can order his wine online at catmancellars.com. But I encourage you to check out what we've got on the auction, because it's a fraction of the cost of the bidding starts at a fraction of the cost of what you would find this artisan wine for.
Yeah. Quick shout out to Kenneth from Eastern Kansas and Radio from Sioux Falls. Hello.
Hi.
We should mention that in this auction, there are a lot of items, like we can't ship alcohol anywhere. So there are a lot of items that are only local to Portland, but we are shipping a lot of items, and there are a lot of virtual items. For example, this next one.
Story coaching with me. So 2 hours of story coaching, and don't let that intimidate you either. story coaching can mean a lot of different things. So currently, for instance, I'm coaching one of my clients is doing a TED Talk. Another one of my clients is doing a talk for a conference. But I also work with people who need to tell their story on their website, for whatever business they have or for whatever thing they're doing. I've coached teachers on how to speak in front of an audience of students. So it's not just crafting a story and creating a narrative, but I can also coach on stage presence.
Sure.
I coached someone once who was an author who was going on a book tour and terrified to read in front of people. So it encompasses a lot of things.
It's also worth saying, like, if you hang out with friends and you're like, some of them tell the best stories and I never know how to. We have people come to us who see our show and they're like, your storytellers are so great. I could never be that kind of storyteller. And the secret behind the show is that we work with the storytellers. Reva coaches them into telling their stories from a very small seed into what you see as a final product.
You coach them too.
I help.
Eric coaches them too, but the story coaching at the auction is with me.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next? Ooh. Okay, so we thought there's no way we could do a mystery box show silent auction without having an actual mystery box, right? So we put up the first mystery box and there was a bidding war going on. I think there still is. And I was like, we should do another mystery box. Mystery Box 2, Electric Boogaloo. Give me a woot woot if you know what that reference is. If you don't, I'll tell you in a minute. But wait, hi from Central Florida. Are you two a couple? And if so, how long have you been together? Yes, we'll talk about that in a moment. Hi from Georgia, from Atlanta. Hi, Atlanta. I lived for a very long time not a very long time, 4 years of my life in Sparks, Georgia. And I still have family in Casita.
Right.
So,
and John in Connecticut. Hello.
Yeah.
So the mystery boxes.
Yes. So the mystery boxes are valued at like $450 and they're full of some of our favorite sponsors. They're adult themed. So I don't want to tell you what's in them, but I want to tell you what's in them. So there are definitely sex toys in there. There are definitely handmade, I don't want to call them crafts, accessories. There are handmade accessories in there. There's just it's essentially, when Oprah does her favorite things every year.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
This is like Reba's favorite things.
We should say regarding the sex toys, just because I think that might get a lot of interest from people. These aren't the typical, party favor sex toys that you can get in bulk and probably aren't very body safe. These are legit sex toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. I put in the description who they're from. So there are multiple sex toys, but the majority comes from Fun Factory. So look them up too, funfactoryusa.com. They're made in Germany, despite the name Fun Factory USA.
Yeah.
So I encourage you to check out and bid on those mystery boxes. So
just to quickly answer Katie's question, and Michelle, I like the detective work you're doing. We are a couple. We are married. We just celebrated our 3rd wedding anniversary. And how long have we been together? Nearly a little over 7 years.
About 8 years.
Almost 8 years.
Almost 8 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's more to that, but we can get to that.
Another time.
We can get to that at the end of this if there's time. If you want.
Sure. We're happy to hang out.
What's growly cat mean?
Or crowley cat.
Crowley cat. Growly cat, crowley cat. What's it mean? I don't know what that
I feel
means.
like I'm missing a reference. All right, let's see what's up next up on the auction item block.
Ooh. Okay. So I love Christmas because I'm #German. And you don't have to be German to love Christmas. But as I've already talked about the missionary chocolates and the Catman Cellars wine, there's also those adorable mugs, which, make Glühwein, which is mulled wine. Actually, it's like hot mulled wine. That was my intent behind that. The most amazing smelling candle. And this hand crocheted stocking that my mom made. So my mom contributed a lot of items to this auction, and so did my sister. I just have a very talented family. What can I say? They're amazing. So Christmas is coming. If you celebrate Christmas, I wanted to have Jewish items at all, Hanukkah items on there, but it didn't happen.
She's looking directly at me because I grew up with Hanukkah.
Because he's Jewish, but he won't admit it. Okay. Yay! Congratulations. Thank you. Hearts, hearts, and hearts. Hi guys. Hi Rick.
Speaking of talented friends and family, we have our good friend Will K. Pauley artist extraordinaire.
Okay, so I have to apologize that these are not the best pictures. There's just not a lot of good ways to capture the texture of these amazing paintings that Will does. It's actually
Talk about his technique. Yeah.
well, I'm not an expert on his technique, but he uses acrylic paints and then he layers it. So he paints it and then he uses the hair dryer actually to dry it, and then he layers it so that it's thick and has texture. Seriously, photography never does it justice. They're the coolest paintings, and these are abstracts. If you go to Will K. Polly with an POLLEY.com, you can see the rest of his work. He works in watercolors and some oils as well. But I'm in love with all of these paintings. The one that's the 3-piece, you can actually hang that as one painting, or you can divide it up and have 3 separate paintings. It's kind of fiery, kind of masculine. The other one's a little more feminine, although it doesn't matter. I mean, I love both of them. It was hard because all of these, literally, I'm not kidding you, all of these auction items, I was like, I don't want to put these up for bid. Can we just keep them?
We got a virtual item coming up next.
Ooh, Dirty Lola. Do you want to talk about her? Because I feel like you connected with Lola first.
Yeah, so Dirty Lola is based in New York City. She is a sex educator, and she runs, she ran when we could all get together in theaters, a spectacular show called Sex Ed A Go-Go. She's currently doing virtual shows called Sex Church with her and a person whose name I can't remember, so I'm not going to guess because I don't want to insult them by getting it wrong. But she is fantastic. She is charming. And here's the thing. She says that people come up to her all the time to ask sex questions because they know that she knows it all or has an opinion about it all.
She's a sex educator.
Yeah. But the deal is that that's her job. That's what she gets paid for. So to have people come up to her and say hey, would you just tell me about the G-spot, or what do you know about prostates? She's, that's like coming up to a doctor and saying, hey, can you set my arm for me? I broke it for free. And so she's like, you know what? I'm going to offer anybody an opportunity to speak with me for an hour, get all your sex questions out there. And that's what this item is. Just like anything that's burning in your mind, hopefully not burning anywhere else.
AKA, let's add how fun she is.
She's super fun.
I mean, look at that picture. That picture, I feel like, encompasses her personality. I would pay to talk to her for an hour just to talk. I would just let her talk to me about anything because she's so fun.
Dirty Lola's the best.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
Next we have...
Oh my god.
Oh, you're wearing
look
them.
what I'm wearing. So these skull earrings that I'm wearing, my sister, very talented sister Christine, made these for me several years ago. And for years, people are like, where'd you get those earrings? Where'd you get those earrings? Can I have those earrings? Where'd you get those earrings? My sister is a creative who does not have an Etsy shop or anything business-like. She's just I make all the things. End of story. So it's pretty frustrating because people are like, how can I have it? So she amazingly made a bunch of these earrings for the auction. There's not many left. I think there are 3 of the pink cherry skulls. There's 2 of the ones that I'm wearing, and I think there might be 1 or 2 left of those smaller, I call them shrunken head skulls for children or for people who want to be more subtle, but they're awesome and I wear them year round.
Yeah. Next.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Oh yeah, Clone-A-Willy. If you don't know about Clone-A-Willy, it's exactly what it sounds like. You can clone your favorite penis or pussy. So it's an at-home molding kit. How fun. So this is a specific glow-in-the-dark Clone-A-Willy. Is that one vibrating? Yep, and it vibrates as well. So it ends up being a vibrating dildo that glows in the dark, and it's like a clone of a person. The Clone-A-Pussy is cosmetic, would you say, only? It's non-functional, so to speak. So it's a piece of art, or it's for educational purposes. And then it comes with 2 vibrators, a flogger and a spanker, and 2 adorable pins and koozies. We love Clone-A-Willy. I can't think of a funner project to do during quarantine, so.
Totally. Hello from Sin City, Spencer Welch. Awesome Erotic Heritage Museum. I've never been there.
No. We were at where were we in Prague?
Was it the Penis Museum? No, it was the Sex Machine.
Sex Machine Museum in Prague. That was really fun.
With sex machines going back hundreds of years.
Yeah. So I'm into that kind of stuff. Michelle Hunt, was it an outfit? Seems maybe.
So here's the thing. So Michelle, if we could ask for a little clarification, and anybody who wants to ask us questions, we are happy to answer. But the live stream is actually on a little bit of a delay, believe it or not. So you're hearing us about a minute after we're talking. So Michelle, you're asking a question that we can't remember what we were talking about a minute ago. So so help us out, and we're happy to answer. Let's move on.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, these cowl scarves, these are another contribution from my sister, Christine, who makes all the things. This was another, probably 10, 11, 12 years ago. She made one of these cowls for me. And seriously, every time I wear it, it's been 10, 12 years, I get asked, where did you get that? Where can I find one? And I'm like, well, my sister made it. I got nothing for you. So she was like, I got you. And she sent several of them for this auction. These are the two that are left. One was purchased outright. The reason I love these, well, look at them, okay? But also they're gender inclusive. So these look amazing no matter what your gender is. In fact, I think they look super hot on genders that are not me as well. They're super warm. They're really fashionable and they're adjustable. So those buttons, they unbutton. So you can put it however you see fit. And you can dress up, you can dress down. They're warm, they're handmade, they're amazing. Okay. What else we got? St. John's Coffee Roasters. Queer owned local roasters here in St. John's in Portland where we are. That shows 2 bags of coffee, but it also comes with a box of missionary chocolates and a mystery box show travel mug, which is seriously my favorite mug in the whole world. It keeps your beverages hot overnight. I'm not kidding. It happened. Do you remember?
I do.
Yeah, I woke up one morning and I was like, Eric, my tea is still hot. This is amazing. Happened. And this comes with a banana slug baseball cap, which if that confuses you, it's because Portland is known for its banana slugs. You might think it's known for roses and hipsters, but also banana slugs.
Is that a well-kept secret?
Well, I don't know how.
Not anymore.
You got to be hardcore. So you're in the hardcore club now. This is, I should say, I think gotten the most bids of anything out of 80 items.
That's true.
This is a hot item.
There is a war on for this coffee.
Yeah. By the way, it's my favorite roastery in town. I should say that too. And if you're not familiar with Portland in that regard, we are famous for our coffee here. And so there are lots and lots and lots of great roasteries, and this one is my favorite.
We are also very well known for our food culture, and Mother's is one of the longest lasting restaurants that is just known as like a destination for anybody coming to Portland. You've got to go to Mother's.
Yeah, Lisa Schroeder, the owner, is actually always posting about all of the celebrities coming into the shop because like celebrities go there. Not that that's a reason to go, but it kind of says something. Leah Sublime?
Leah Sublime?
What's it mean?
Auntie Sobek, you're confusing us. We feel so beneath whatever you're saying. We hope that there's some sort of cryptic mystery unraveling, some Rubik's Cube solving that's going to happen.
Yeah. So Mother's, we love Lisa, and obviously this is local to Portland folks, and they're actually closed right now because of the poor air quality and because of the coronavirus. If you don't know, there are wildfires going on in Oregon, and most of us are in a deeper lockdown than we were before because the air quality is so bad. So they're closed right now, but they will be reopening, and we love supporting Mother's because they're the real deal. Lisa and Rob, her partner, really stand up for everything. Mm-hmm. Black Lives Matter, the queer community. They support all of the things that we support, but they also support things that are like that we've learned from them, and they're just really amazing people.
They're artists and business owners and outspoken business owners, which honestly is something that is not entirely common because, most businesses want to be accessible and friendly to everybody. But there are other businesses like Mother's who are willing to say, like, no, this is what we stand for. And if you don't stand for that, well, then we might not appreciate your business.
I'm talking about Mother's a little bit too long right now, but it's because I love them so much. And I want to add this. I'm a very picky restaurant goer because I'm plant-based. And this is one of those restaurants who is like known for not being that. But their plant-based menu is so delectable that like I'm thrilled to go there every time. So anyway, it's a win, 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 win.
Thomas C. Arcer knows what's up.
Tama.
You know what, Tama?
Is that Tamara? Who? No, I don't know. Hoping to win, make it a sexy night out.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Reba, it's been a little while since we've talked about sex toys.
Oh my goodness. Okay, these are all my favorite toys. I don't think there has been any toy from Fun Factory that I don't like. Is that accurate?
It sounds right to me.
It's like I'm supposed to say that, but it's actually true. I can't speak to that prostate one. Have you used that one?
I have not.
Well, I know someone who has. So these Fun Factory toys are not just toys on their own. They're bundles. So they come with other things. So if you look at the site, I can't remember off the top of my head what they're all bundled with, but there might be multiple. I think there are multiple toys. So that dildo flex, it bends, and then there's a vibrator that comes with it, and there might, I can't remember. Go to the site and look at what these toys are. So Fun Factory, all of their toys are water safe. If they're a vibrator, most of them are rechargeable with USB magnetic chargers.
And body safe. Did you already say that?
Body safe. They're antibacterial.
Yeah, and they won't deteriorate with the lubes that you use.
Yeah. I do want to say the cool thing about that prostate massager, the one in the left-hand corner, is it their left? Are they looking at that at the left?
I think so.
So the left-hand corner there, that's a prostate massager. The bullet that's the vibrator actually pops out. So it's like two toys in one. So you could use that vibrator anywhere. And as like Eric always likes to remind people that vibrators are gender inclusive. Like even though it's shaped like a certain something, it can be beneficial to any body parts.
Our bodies are covered in nerve endings that respond to sensation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Spiderweb from Ohio.
Good to see you again, Spiderweb.
Yeah, welcome.
All right. Catalina.
Okay, so one of my besties was on our show in July.
I hope this is okay to show on YouTube.
Why? Because there's titties? Mm-hmm. Do you want... I can't show my titties on YouTube.
I know this.
These are like... these are art titties.
So Catalina was an audience member for the Mystery Box show for a long time, and then she told a story on one of our live streams this past, I want to say June.
It's July.
Was it in July?
Yep.
July.
So Catalina Ritzinger, you can go find her story there. She is a plus and disabled model. You can find her Instagram at Catalina.
Yeah, it's 2 I's and 3 A's.
So she's an advocate, like, first and foremost, but she's also an incredible artist. She like pulled this on me one day. She's like, oh, by the way, just casually do the art. And I was like, holy shit, these are amazing. These are both original pieces. The dimensions are listed on the auction site. They're unframed so that you can customize it how you like, but they're signed by the artist. And her Instagram is on there too if you want to find out more about Catalina. She does amazing, look at the detail. She does amazing work. And the one on the left didn't photograph that well, but it actually has some gold shimmer in it. The photographs kind of made these both look sort of flat, but the images themselves really pop in life. Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, bourbon, drinking. I heard a rumor that people are really enjoying imbibing during this pandemic season.
I've heard that.
For those of you who don't know, before the pandemic hit, the Mystery Box Show also did dinner parties. So we would host dinner parties in our homes. We fit 18 people in here, and so it was a very intimate setting. I would cater a 4-course meal, including beverages and specialty cocktails, and we would show a video of 2 previous storytellers, and then those storytellers were the guests of honor at the dinner party. So then people could sit around and talk to those storytellers about their story, etc., etc. And I would often, for the specialty cocktail, signature cocktail I would make, I would often use this 4 Roses bourbon. So it's one of my favorite. It's very versatile. You can get really creative with it because it's super smooth. One of them comes with some missionary chocolates. The other one is more like a bar setup, and that has that coffee table book, which is actually really interesting. Some coffee tables are like fluff and garbage, you know what I'm talking about. This one has a really interesting history and really sort of endeared me more to the product. I was like, this is a great product, plus this is super cool.
Also comes with the missionary chocolates.
The blue-lidded daughter of sunset. Are we just getting poetry? I love it.
I love it too. All right, I feel like there's
The goddesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works. You should. I think that should be the title of them.
Yeah.
We have so many people viewing from not in Portland. I'm so happy that we have items that are available to be shipped.
Yeah.
Such as some of our favorites.
Oh my gosh, everything is our favorite, like we said. So these are Soulmate socks, and do you know their history better than I do?
I would like to say that I do, but I don't entirely. Although, I'm sorry, I forget, who was it here from Vermont? They started, I believe, in Vermont with a woman who called herself the Sock Lady. Francois McKay is here from Vermont. The Sock Lady was based in Vermont, and she just started making knitting mismatched socks. And they sort of caught on, and so she had to make more.
Isn't their tagline, "Life is too short for matching socks"?
Love it.
Yeah, but the reason we know about them is because Eric is an animator, and he worked with a guy named Randy for a long time, who incidentally is the Sock Lady's son. Mm-hmm. And now Randy and his wife Lisa own the company. These socks are all over Portland, kid you not. And the first time Eric, he was like, "Yeah, I have a pair." I was like, "Well, these socks are mine now. Sorry, you thought they were yours. They're mine now." Because the feel is really amazing. In fact, my son, who's 15 and incredibly picky about textures, he exclusively wears these socks now because he loves the texture so much, the feel of them. And plus, they're fucking cool.
Language.
So yeah, there's more on their website, Soulmate Socks, SOLMATE.com, about their sustainability, and they're very generous too. They donate to us, but they donate to houseless people constantly and to all kinds of organizations and things like that. So they're luxury socks. They're like amazing socks. One of those bundles comes with a sock monkey that my sister Christine made from remnants, because they don't throw away their scraps. They sell them to crafters. It's another way that they recycle and reuse.
I love this. Francois actually knows where the Sock Lady is from, right there in Northfield. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Cool. All right.
Have a couple bids out and a buy now purchase. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
All right, we'll be in touch about those very soon.
Should we check? Should we give everyone an update about what's going on? If you didn't tune in,
Okay.
No, you're like no.
I think we should keep it rolling. I don't know how interesting it is for people to watch us check our phones.
We're at 88% of our goal with this auction, which is amazing. So thank you so much, everyone, for bidding. Let's keep going through.
This next item was heartbreaking for me to give up.
Oh, yeah. This is our Melissa and Doug Tiger. It's essentially brand new. Mm-hmm. Brand new, used once.
It's been used once.
So Eric and I had a vintage circus themed wedding. It was a full-on circus, y'all. And now
there were 200 people there dressed up all in vintage circus clothing, and the entire room was decorated with circus paraphernalia, including this majestic tiger.
Yeah. One of 3 majestic animals, but this is the one up for bid because it's new, and it's in pristine condition and amazing. Like, if we had a bigger house, this tiger would be just hanging out. It'd be hanging out with Klaus here. But yeah, good for kids, good for adults. And if you know Melissa and Doug, they're a really quality manufacturer.
100%
of things. Okay.
Yeah. Next.
Oh my God.
You talk about this one.
Okay, so this is from a donor who I refer to as my wife. I'm not going to explain that, but also a very, very talented, dear friend who was just like, I want to help. What can I do? She hand sewed these, and she loves plants. Let me say that. She referred to herself today as a swamp hag, which is my new favorite title. It's my new favorite title, swamp hag. So she said, hey, let me make you, in her words, a slutty embroidery piece. So I was like, yeah, okay. And she came up with this, which is not her pattern, someone else's pattern. It's called In Bloom. And I don't even think it's slutty. I just think it's sultry and lovely. And
I agree.
literally when she gave this to me, I said, I need someone to bid on this and then give it to me because it would be unethical for me to steal it, which is really what I want to do. And then she has all these masks, which I have one of her masks in every room of the house, just so like I could, if the doorbell rings, we just grab one and go, or I have them in the car in my purse. Eric's favorite mask is made by her. Her name is Bee. And also a coloring book, an adult coloring book, which has been like super beneficial for stress levels right now. And a Grow Together pin, which was purchased, I forget for which organization, but it benefits Black Lives Matter. So this is an amazing handcrafted item.
Reba, talk a little bit about what you love.
Okay. So, my son a long time ago said, Mom, your aesthetic is death and rainbows. And I was like, that's my band name. So like creepy stuff, but like in a happy way. I put together this Halloween bundle because as far as we know, Halloween is canceled, ?
Can I say, when the pandemic started and the lockdown began, sometime in early March here in Portland, one of Reba's first reactions was, is this going to affect Halloween? In March.
So obviously there's not going to be like clubs to go to and big parties to dress up for and probably no trick-or-treating, et cetera, et cetera. So I thought, well, let me put together something amazing that I would enjoy. That's how I know a thing is good, is if I want to keep it. Let me put together something that I would enjoy for an evening in for Halloween. So these pictures don't depict everything. That sparkly blue cloth underneath is actually a cape. It's a cape. Did you even know that?
I don't think
it's
I did.
It's a costume. So it has two masks and this sparkly cape and a serving tray, a Ouija board serving tray with missionary chocolates. It has Catman Cellars wine. It's got serving mummy fingers. There's a candelabra there, if you can see in the left-hand picture. There's crackers, where you pop them open. They're party favors. There's cool stuff. There's a Jenga, but it's made out of bones. There's candles. There's two other costume pieces inside those little boxes. I don't
Do I
want to
see
give
a
away
mini
what that is.
cauldron there?
There's a mini cauldron that's for like dips and stuff. So Halloween's my favorite. This is an item too that's local to Portland because we can't ship the wine.
Yes. But what we can ship places? Art.
Oh yeah, there's all my parts. So I do modeling quite a bit as well, and these are from two different photographers. That metal print right in the middle was a recent shoot I did with metallic body paint, so I was nude but covered entirely in this metallic body paint that was kind of the creation of a local photographer here named Dan Vaughn. And this is a metal print, so it's 15 by 30, so it's like this big. That's my ass. And metal prints are actually really cool. I'd never seen one in person before, but there's like low risk of it ever being damaged because it's metal, so it's waterproof. You can hang it outside.
It really is gorgeous.
It can get sun faded, but only if you like keep it directly in the sun. But really awesome piece that I love. The other two pieces are from Marina Green, Marina, I don't know what her last name is now because her name has recently changed, I think. But anyway, Marina Green Photography does beautiful, beautiful work. So I named these ones Honey Tits and Sparkle Buns. So unframed so that you can frame them as you please. We chose these two pieces because Marina gets asked about them all the time. So.
All right.
Yeah.
More creations from your sister.
Yes, my sister has put together clutches and infinity scarves. So there are a bunch of different ones there. There's ones with little mice on it, and it comes with that scarf that kind of reminds me of a Gustav Klimt painting. Infinity scarves, if you don't know, are reversible, so they can all be one design on one side and another design on the other, or you can sort of twist it around your neck to show both designs at once. And then there are some other clutches. There's a woodland fairy and a gnome one, and then there's the mouse and the Klimt, and then there's the black purse that opens up and zips, and she's just cool. My sister's awesome. It's all quality, really well put together, fashionable, amazing stuff.
Yeah. Next up, another local to Portland one.
Yes, so this is from Katie Rose. She is a massage therapist, and so she is offering 2 massages. One comes with a foot treatment and the other comes with a hand treatment. So if you're local to the Portland area, she's actually in Oregon City. A good deal from Katie. I've known Katie for ever.
She's massaged you, right?
Oh, constantly.
Constantly.
Kitty also does Reiki and like cupping, and yeah, she's a really good person, a really good friend, and yeah, I couldn't recommend her more highly. So yeah, check that out at the site.
Yeah.
What else we got?
We have more things that can be used virtually from anywhere.
Oh my gosh, these are all of the classes and things that you can do online. So I do yoga regularly with Allison there. So she's offering a 1-month subscription, and that includes like multiple classes, not just once a week. The Actors Lab. So Christina Haddad, I've also known her for a very long time, and I met her actually because she rented the theater that I was managing here in town to do her class in, and I was like, holy shit, when I saw her. I have a theater background, but I saw her teach, and I was like, damn, this girl's got it going on. So she is offering a 1-hour session, and just like my story coaching, Chris's sessions don't have to necessarily be for acting. They can be for any kind of public speaking things around that. So she's amazing. Check her out at the Actors Lab. There's a 4-week series, so it's a workshop, creating your own user's manual, from Mel Mosley. She is a sex positive performer, educator. Performer, educator. She's told a story on our show twice. 2 stories on our show.
3 stories on our show, I think.
Really? Yeah, so check her out on this YouTube channel, Mel Mosley, to see her story. There are 4 voice lessons from Audrey Voon. And I used to work with her at Ethos Music Center. She's an incredible voice teacher, and she's very also user-friendly and really cares. She just really cares. There's a 1-month subscription to the Kink Academy. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. The Kink Academy, if you don't know, offers, hundreds of virtual classes and workshops. And you can just, like, if you have a subscription, you can just go through and start clicking on things. There's so much you can learn. It's like a encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Insexlopedia.
Whether you need to get started or whether you need to up your skills, take them to the next level. It's all run by Princess Callie. She has tons of teachers at Kink Academy, but it's all run by Princess Callie, who was a storyteller with us. Actually, her story is one of the most popular videos right here on this channel if you want to look up her story called All Your Subs Are Belong to Me. Is that reference a little old now?
All your base all belong to us. Is that what it was?
All your base are belong to us?
Belong to us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How many years ago? That was a lot of years ago.
Yeah. All right. More art.
Michelle says she has bidded.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
More art next.
Oh, from Daniel, another person who I've known for all of time. Yeah, Daniel currently lives in Taiwan. Has lived, so world traveler. He teaches English as a second language in Taiwan, but has always been this incredibly detailed artist. I don't know if this photo actually does it justice, but if you look at it up close, there are so many pictures and so much detail. This piece is called Organic Chaos, and it is also framed. So this is a picture of it unframed, but I had it custom framed actually. So it's a really, really valuable piece, really close to my heart. If you look up his website, I think it's danielmasonstudio.com.
And we have several of Daniel's pieces hanging in our home right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, love them. Your second love besides Halloween?
What?
First love? Is it a tie? Is it Christmas?
Christmas. Yeah, and I love, so this is an advent calendar. It's a Nutcracker advent calendar. It's actually really, really rare, this specific one. And I just love advent calendars. My mom hand felted one when we were kids, and so it had little pockets, and she would put little toys in it. And I always get our son the chocolate ones, of course, because he loves the chocolate. But I love to gift advent calendars, especially as like hostess or host gifts at Thanksgiving, which I don't know if we're doing that this year. People are gathering, maybe among your COVID bubble. But I love gifting them, and so this is just a really rare one of the Nutcracker. So that one is available. Good for gifting.
Absolutely. Next.
This one. Is this the Reading is Sexy one?
Yes, this is Reading is Sexy.
Okay, so Reading is Sexy. So these have four books from 3 of our favorite authors, Missionary Chocolates, and some magnetic poetry, smut version. Janet Hardy, who most people know from The Ethical Slut,
She wrote The Ethical Slut with Dossie Easton.
has signed for us Impervious and also Girl Fag. And then we have Tongue Tied from Stella Harris, who we love, and Fashionably Late with it, which is an anthology of stories from people who came out later in life. I really enjoyed reading all of these. So that one's got quite a few bids on it too, I think.
Yeah.
Really, really good books.
That one's gonna go fast, and it's with the chocolate and the books, it's perfect for just like hunkering down and being comfortable.
Yeah.
All right, more virtual stuff.
Oh, and speaking of the books, so we have Tongue Tied offered up one more time. So Stella Harris is local to Portland, but this is a virtual opportunity as well as something we can ship to you. So Tongue Tied is really about communication in the bedroom. Stella is one of those people who... It's literally, I feel like everyone in town here knows Stella because she's so friendly and so open and so...
Outgoing, prolific.
She's amazing. So many people learn so many things from her. She's also a sex coach. She teaches rope bondage. I've done all those things with her. I could not recommend her more highly. And she is offering a 90-minute coaching session. And then you also get her book, Tongue Tied, which is... I think everyone should have this book. Even if you're not interested in communication in the bedroom, it's great for just communication in life. And then Body Safe rope for playing around. Yeah.
Michelle, thank you for your bids. We're pulling for you. Awesome. We are down to the last item we're going to be talking about tonight.
Oh.
And they are some ornaments hand painted by yourself.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So I discovered that I can paint during quarantine. I kind of want to show off my art, but that's just ego driven. It's like, you took down my paintings. I've painted 3 canvases. I had no idea I could paint during quarantine. But anyway, the canvases are not up for bid. But I decided to make some vulva ornaments, because why not? Because holidays are coming up, and who doesn't want to adorn their tree with vulvas, or their rear view mirror, or their window, whatever. Vulvas don't have to go on a tree. They can go anywhere. I put these 2 up early on in the week, and they sold right away. So I hurried and made 3 more. We're showing 2 of them here. There's another one that's purple and red and kind of gothic, that's up. So these are handmade with clay and then painted with acrylic. What else can I say about them? I don't know. I made them. They're vulvas. I
You
like
want to
them.
talk a little bit about the word vulva? Because that's coming up a lot recently in some of our videos, and there's been some back and forth about that.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like for the longest time, people have referred to, I always call it my lady zone. People have referred to the lady zone as a vagina. And, that grates on a lot of educators' nerves, for instance, because the vagina is very different than the vulva. So this that you're seeing is the vulva. It's the outer part, and then the vagina is the inner part. There's more detail than that, but what did you want me to say about that?
No, that's pretty much it. I think as a culture we're all learning more and more, and that's great that we're all able to talk more comfortably about sex. And yeah, I've witnessed the transition myself of seeing just that general area referred to as the vagina, and now we're getting more and more educated, knowing the difference between a vagina and a vulva.
Maybe I should talk about this on the Mystery Box Show podcast.
We do have a podcast. It is several weeks old and several episodes old right now. You can get it on all of your favorite podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever, where you can just get some of our stories directly into your ear holes.
Yeah. Is that literally all that? So we've had more items than this on the auction, but a lot of them, like we said, have sold already at the buy now auctions. But if you have any questions, like if we didn't cover something.
Yeah, if you want us to put any of the items back up on the screen, we're happy to talk about them. Or if you have any questions for us, want to just hang out for a bit and chat, we are here.
Yeah, we should say if you're local, we offer contactless pickup. If you are not local, most of the items are available for shipping, and all that information is on the site as well.
Yeah. What else should we say about anything?
I don't know. How's everyone doing? Can we hang out for a minute? I just want to hang out with you. What's everyone up to? So as I mentioned earlier on, we are in Portland, where the air quality here is terrible because there are wildfires in Oregon and Washington and California. It's bad.
And Colorado.
It's real bad. Oh yeah, and Colorado,
Yeah.
where a lot of my family is. I hate saying that, like, oh yeah, poor us, it's bad, because we're just in the smoke of it. We're really lucky not to be in the fire.
There are a lot more people whose lives have been devastated and turned upside down, and we've done what we can. We'll try to do more to help them. Some of them are friends of ours, some are friends of friends, family of friends. If you have anything you can do to help them, obviously, it's lovely to see everybody come together, even in the wake of this kind of, I was going to say torment. That's not the right word, but I'm often at a loss for vocabulary.
Anyway, how are you all doing? I really just wanted to hang out.
Yeah. Maybe this is just you and me hanging out. Should we break out the
Well, someone's
cribbage
giving us kisses.
set?
Kisses right back. I feel like Klaus has to go now. Say goodbye to Klaus.
Goodbye, Klaus. Auf Wiedersehen.
All of my stuff is German. Klaus. We have so there's a specific kind of spider here in the Pacific Northwest. I can't remember what it's called, but years ago we had one in our different house on the balcony, and I named it Hans. And that's because regularly we were reading Grimm's fairy tales out loud, like to our kid at night, because they're also German, and every other character's name was Hans, and it made me laugh so hard. Anyway, I named that spider Hans, and then in this new house we get the same spider, but they're all named Hans. Last year we had a Hans here for lots of months, and then we escorted Hans out the door. We're a no-kill home, and then we had Hans out on the balcony this year too, accompanied by Gretel. So I guess they're not all Hans. There was Hans and Gretel.
You just name spiders. Oh, Wizzy Cat Meowed. Shall we bring on the special guest?
Yeah, get Beatrice.
Hey, Bee. You want to keep people entertained while I retrieve?
Yeah, so we've got a very special guest for you this evening. Unfortunately, she is not up for auction. She's
Not
priceless, though.
This is our Beatrice.
This is Beatrice Mabel Bumblebee. Can you go down the list of items, status of each, and who is bidding?
Oh, great question. Let's see.
Yes, I think we can.
I can pull up some of that information.
Pull up the stats.
I mean, should we say who is bidding? Like, how much information do we want to get into? Let's see here.
Well, I think if they're whatever handle they have up is public information, so that's okay to say.
Okay, so let's see. Should I go to...
So the bid feed just tells us who has the highest.
But the summary?
No. Go to the bid feed.
Okay. But that won't go through everything. Oh, so I don't want to say people's names.
Okay, we don't have to say people's names.
I don't want to out people who are bidding on anything.
Well, but if you go to the auction site, you'll see who's bidding on it. They're going to see their names anyway.
Okay.
We're not outing anyone. By the way, we're not outing anyone.
Okay, let's go through all the items. Let's see the items that are all available. As I just pull this up here on the website. So, the vulvas. The vulvas are still waiting for some bids. Your photograph there has gotten some interest.
Honey tits.
Yeah.
So what was the question? You want to know the status?
The question was, can you go down the list of items, status of each, and who is bidding? I guess the status of each, which one has bids, and what it's up to, maybe. Okay, yeah.
You can work
and
on
quickly, and Derek asked, vagina versus vulva, doesn't the first encompass the other, or am I misinformed?
I wouldn't say encompass.
It's a gateway to?
It's the gateway. Yeah. I mean...
I think I think if you are in front of a person who is a vagina or vulva haver and they open their legs naked in front of you, you will see their vulva, but you will not see their vagina. Gynecologists see vaginas, but that's because they look inside.
You know what? This is just, I just thought of this. So there's misconception about the clitoris too. Like you'll see the clitoris as a part of the vulva, but the clitoris actually extends internally.
With the legs.
Right. So is the clitoris encompassing then? Is that the vulva and the vagina?
I think there might be definitions of encompass that are tricky.
Yeah.
I don't know. You'll have to ask more informed people.
Like Christine D'Angelo, sex coach Christine, or Stella Harris, who you can both bid on, or Dirty Lola.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let's start at the top of this auction and see what is being offered right now. So those voice box. Actually, here I will do this. I'm trying to get fancy with our tech stuff. So the voice box right here currently has one bid on it, and that's for $100 in gift cards to sing at Voice Box, whether it's in Portland or Fort Worth or Denver or Boise.
To clarify, yes, exactly. What is the highest price so far on some?
Got it. Okay, thanks. Cool. So it's currently up at $50. The Shebop gift certificate is currently at $30. The 1 hour session with Christine D'Angelo is up at $80. We have we have 2 bottles of wine as an item from Catman Cellars that are not bid on yet. So that bidding starts at $40 right now.
Which is a steal. Usually one bottle costs $40.
The story coaching currently has one bid of $100 on that. The mystery boxes, let me see. One of them has 13 bids and it's up to $296. But you know what? Mystery Box 2 Electric Boogaloo has 0 bids. So you might want to dive in on that one. You were going to talk about the reference. Do people know? Is that a common?
Oh, Electric Boogaloo. So my favorite movie of all time is called Breakin'. It was made in 1983. It's a movie about breakdancing. It is still my favorite movie of all time. And then they made it's a cult classic by now. And then the second movie came out and it was called Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. So now anytime there's a part 2, that's what its tagline is.
Mm-hmm. All right, we have the stocking stuffers, or the stocking full of stuffers. It has 2 bids up on it now, and it's up to $48. Mm-hmm. Will's Art. The piece that you see there on the left, the larger piece, is up to $140, and the piece that is on the right, the triptych, am I saying that right?
I think so.
I was not an art history major. Is up to. I have been left alone. Sorry, I'm looking on the website to see what that is up to. It is up to $60 there. Okay, next we have the session with Dirty Lola, and that, I am looking at the website, that has not been bid on yet.
Oh, wow, I'm surprised.
I feel like that's going to go pretty quick once the bidding starts. So that bidding starts at $60. It has a buy now of $135. Yeah, and you should just look up Dirty Lola. She is fantastic. The earrings, there are several earrings. So some of them have been sold, some of them are still available, but they're $18 per set.
They're buy now only, so there's no bidding. You could just be like, I want those, and buy it. And most of them have sold, so I added 2 more pair, but I think those are the last 2. Yeah.
Clona Willy currently has 2 bids, and it's up to $100.
No, you still have a kitty co-host.
You bet we do. She's right here.
Why'd you say no?
Might have been something we said from a minute ago.
Oh.
The cowls. So the coconut shell button cowl has no bids yet, but I think that's going to go pretty quick also. And then the let me find the other cowl.
That red one.
Yes, that
That's
is somewhere
hot.
here.
It's a statement piece.
That has 1 bid right now, and that is up to $20. The coffee. I'm searching the website here.
You just passed it.
I did.
Yeah. What? Go scroll up.
What?
Right there. Stop.
Oh, I see it. That has 15 bids. It's up to $80 right now. That coffee, plus the mug, plus there was one other thing in there, the banana slug hat.
And missionary chocolates.
Oh, and missionary chocolates.
Mm-hmm. Jeff Reed says he said he was left alone. Oh, because I left.
Oh.
I left to get more wine.
Got it.
Right.
Like we said earlier, in case anybody wasn't here earlier, we're on about a 60-second delay from everybody. So sometimes we'll read something that you've typed, and we'll already have forgotten what we were talking about. So thanks for the clarification there. Cool. So the mother's gift certificate for dinner for two. There are 3 bids on that, and that's up to $85 now. There's different Fun Factory bundles here, so let's look at all of them. So there's one Fun Factory one with the Bend Me toys. Those are the ones that you see on the right. That has 2 bids, and it's up to $65. There is,
These are all bundles, by the way, so there's more than what you see on the screen.
Yeah, you should definitely go to the site that's listed right there down below here on the screen to see what's included in the entire bundle. There's a photo that we didn't include here that we should have from Fun Factory. We're calling the Goddess Flow bundle. Do you want to say a little bit about that?
Oh yeah. So well, there's first of all, it's for that time of the month if you're a person who bleeds. We all bleed though, don't we? If you bleed from your vagina, not vulva, this is a good one for you. So there's chocolates, of course, because I don't want to be stereotypical, but I always love chocolate during that time of the month. There's also a really awesome mini Volta vibrator. And then it's there. They call it a fun cup. So if you're familiar with the Diva cup, it's essentially their version of it, which I fucking love.
Language.
When I discovered that these cups existed, so they're silicone. I think they're silicone, right? They're body safe nonetheless. You pop them into your hole, and you're good for like 8 hours. And I am a heavy bleeder, y'all, and it's environmentally friendly because you're not wasting paper product or money on tampons or pads, and you just wear these Diva cups and then you rinse them out, and then I pop it in the dishwasher. Like it washes in the dishwasher when you're done. And you have to take them out every 8 hours, but that's like a full fucking day. Like I go through my period without even caring that I'm on my period. Doesn't even affect me. That's how cool these are. And there's also some, are they called Benoit balls? Kegel balls?
Their version of them, yeah.
Yeah. That you put up in your hole for, I like just wearing them around. It's kind of sexy, but to strengthen your pelvic floor and your exercise your Kegel muscles.
Additionally, the bundle that you see in the center of the screen there, the partnered play toys, those have 3 bids on them, and that's up to $80. And then finally, the prostate pleasure package has 2 bids, and that's up to $65 right now.
I want to talk about that just for a minute.
Sure.
I could be wrong, but I feel like a lot of male-identified people don't know about toys for themselves as much. Am I accurate in that?
I think for a long time there weren't toys that were centered on people with prostates.
Gotcha. And there's also kind of a stigma around that too.
Or penises.
Yeah, that's true. But I think there's a stigma around prostate pleasure because, the stigma being, I don't want to womb-splain this, but a lot of male-identified people, correct me if I'm wrong, enjoy prostate massage or endure pleasure, experience pleasure from prostate, which is reached rectally, right?
Yeah.
And for a long time, that was sort of taboo, or like.
I don't think we need to be so delicate. For a long time, people were afraid that they were gay if they experienced anything having to do with the butt.
But by the way, you shouldn't be afraid to be gay.
Yeah, I mean, you are who you are, but
also.
But I think we're all aware that was the shaming thing back in the day, and hopefully that kind of stigma is just going away entirely.
Yeah, but what's hot is confidence. I think it's super hot when a male-identified person's like, yeah, I like prostate stuff. Put it in me. It's hot.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Next, we were looking at Catalina's art. Each of these are available individually. So there is 1 bid on on either of them. They are both up to $50. And let's see, what is next? The Bourbon. Those have several bids each. So one of them has 4 bids, and that's up to $65. And the other, the one with the book, has 3 bids, and that's up to $70 right now. The sock bundles. And I think we just added another sock bundle there, too.
We didn't, but I can.
Oh, my bad. So let me see. Where is that? So one of them has 1 bid, and it's up to $90. That's the one with the sock monkey, the adorable sock monkey there. And then the other one is up to $65 with 2 bids.
I want to say something about these. So the one with the sock monkey has multiple sizes of socks in there. So it has, I believe, small, medium, and large. So it's meant for like a bunch of people or giving them as gifts or whatever. And the other one is medium socks and the scarf. And so if I were to do another sock bundle, which I can do with a scarf, I didn't know what size most people wanted. I don't know what size is your average foot. So people who are interested in these socks, can you please tell me, what is your foot size? I'm a size medium, which means my shoe size is a woman's 9 or 9.5. And I think you're a size large, which is a men's 10, right? Mm-hmm. So these are, of course, gender inclusive. Anybody can wear them. And I'm curious, if I were to do another bundle, what size would be best? Various sizes or just one size? Let me know in the comments.
Perfect. We have the Melissa and Doug Tiger, which currently has 3 bids, and that's up to $52. We have the special package from B. That's the Grow Together bundle. That's with 3 bids now up to $90. We have Reba's personally put together Halloween bundle. Halloween survival kit is what we're calling it. And that is up to $110 right now.
Space Cowboy 2K says, hi, MBS.
Hello, Space Cowboy.
Hi, Space Cowboy.
2K.
Where are you tuning in from? Let us know.
I think we've met you before. You've been on one of these live streams, I think, yes. Reba's photos. So we'll have to find 3 of them here. Where?
To clarify, I didn't take those photos. Those photos are of me. They're of my parts.
Those are photos of Reba herself.
There's my ass. Look how different.
Twice.
Look, like there's my ass shot in the middle and then my ass shot to the right. That looks like 2 different people's asses, but they're both mine.
So the picture on the left there currently has 5 bids, and it's up to $44. And the one in the middle there, the metallic print, is up to $85 with 2 bids. And then finally, the photo on the right has 2 bids, and it's up to $30.
I want to address this comment we just got from Derek. He says, sorry, I'm assuming he, let me know if your pronouns are different. I know that I never had any info about my prostate. I'm straight, so I don't know what others experienced. Yeah, interesting. I can't speak to that. I don't have a prostate. What do you have to say about that?
I've done a little exploring.
But why did you do it? What do you mean exploring? You mean research or exploring?
Both.
But why? Like, how did you know that was okay? I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Derek is kind of saying, like, I didn't know that was the thing I should be doing. Like, how did you, or could be, rather? Yeah,
so let's set aside should. And also, I should say, I'm feeling a little bit sheepish about the way I was cavalierly talking about being afraid whether you're gay earlier, and I might be speaking. I don't mean to. What do I want to say? I want to be informed and correct about things. So I should say that yes, for a long time, any kind of anal play with men was associated with homosexual men, which is also a misnomer because there's a lot of homosexual men who do not enjoy play in that area, and there's a lot of straight men who do. And then, of course, not only is sexuality a spectrum, but so is gender. So I'm speaking very.
So is pleasure, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm speaking in a very binary way, and I probably shouldn't be. So forgive that. Getting to Derek's question. So I know that I never had any info about my prostate. So if you have a prostate, it's located, I believe, about 4 inches inside the anus and sort of up, and it feels kind of like a walnut inside. And when it's stimulated, it's very pleasurable. Well, it can be very pleasurable if you've, prepared. In the same kind of way that, like a lot of people need lube to go in just about any hole. You can't just like shove a finger up there and be like, boom, boom, pleasure. No, no, no. There has to be some coaxing, some teasing, some foreplay. All of which is to say that the prostate has a lot of nerve endings. It just takes a little spelunking to access the prostate.
Spelunking.
Is
Did
that
you
the right
just
word?
use a climbing reference?
Climbing?
Isn't spelunking like climbing?
It's cave diving.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
So if you have a prostate in your cave, it might enjoy some spelunking. And there's all kinds of ways that you can and there's info out there that is much more informative than I am being, so it's worth looking up. But whether you're using your fingers or somebody else's fingers or a toy, it can be very, very pleasurable.
That was a really good talk about prostate.
Thank you.
I never know what to say about prostate. The only thing I have to offer is, so Derek says, no worries. I just never knew it was an option when I was growing up. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, because it was sort of a taboo. Like,
I will say a lot of what I learned about the prostate, I learned from attending a class at Shebop given by Charlie Glickman. He lives up in Seattle, but he came to Shebop and gave a talk and was very informative.
Yeah, and we have a Shebop gift certificate on our auction site.
We do indeed.
I do want to say this. This is just a side note. A lot of women also enjoy anal play. I am not one of those women. And I feel like I've been with partners before who, male-identified partners who really enjoyed anal play for that prostate aspect and assumed like, well, anal is awesome, so obviously you like it too, right? And would just insist on like doing it up the butt because they thought I was enjoying it, even though I'd be like, I don't enjoy this. Stop it. I mean, everything was consensual, don't get me wrong. But was always just like, you must obviously love this. But I didn't, because I don't have a prostate. But some women do love it, even though they don't have prostates. Anyway, I think I'm just kind of saying that everything is personal.
Yeah.
Always ask. Okay. I have a prostate, but I don't know how to use it.
Professor Laughmore. I think it's more about letting other people use your prostate.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, you can self-use your yeah.
Yeah, so we have that prostate
Gonna walk that
massager.
back.
That prostate massager, which I've mentioned before. I know someone who has used it and really enjoys it. You can use that on yourself.
Looking at other auction, and please, more questions if you have them, and
Yeah,
we'll do
this
our
is
best
fun.
to answer them and hopefully not lead anybody astray. So the clutches. So there is many here. So the Woodland Fairy clutch that you see there on the left, which also comes with that's a scarf there,
That's
right?
an infinity scarf.
It's another
yeah.
infinity scarf. That currently has 3 bids, and it's up to $50. And let's see, what else? The infinity scarf that you see there on the right, that is paired with the mouse clutch that's on the top there, that currently has no bids on it. So that starts at $35. And we should say for anybody joining us right now, while I scroll through this website to report on all these items, that our auction is running through this Sunday. So you don't have to bid on things right now. Although we'd be delighted if you did.
Oh, but I would.
Don't let them get away from you. Let me see. And then the other pieces.
I think the black clutch probably has 1 bid on it.
There we go. Yes, it has
Yeah.
1 bid and it's up to $20.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up on the auction block, we have 2 separate massage packages from Katie.
Yeah, so I just added those last night.
And yeah, so
neither one of them have bids on them yet.
because they're brand new.
They're brand new.
The bidding starts at $80.
Which is a steal. I am a massage connoisseur. I don't think there's any, truly, right? Every year for any gift at any time, I'm like, just I just want massages. Can I have a massage? You could give it to me, sure. But like professional any massage, that's all I want, massages. So if I were bidding on this auction, which is kind of against the point, those would be my two favorite things to do, especially because I've had massages by Katie before and she's phenomenal.
Yeah. Let's talk about the classes that are available. So the Actors Lab, that currently has one bid for the 1 hour session with Christina Haddad, and that is up to $45. We have 2 1-month subscriptions to Kink Academy. There are bids on both of them right now. One is up to $25. The other is up to $15. So, bid on that one.
Which, like we said before, the Kink Academy has like hundreds of informative videos on things. So Professor Laughmore just said Reba did a very good job with her information. Thank you. When is the auction ending? So it will end on the 20th of September. That's Sunday at 9:30 p.m.
Oh, Tamasiyar Sir has got us covered. Answering all the questions.
And that's Pacific time, so 9:30 Pacific time.
Let me see. I was looking at the other classes that we have here. We have the 4-week series for Write Your Own User Manual. Has no bids on it yet.
Yeah, I'm glad we're able to talk about this one actually because...
Talk it up.
Yeah, so Mel Mosley runs a couple classes. She's in a triad with 2 people, and they teach classes, but I think she might be teaching this one on her own. But if you look at the description, it doesn't have to be... They teach primarily about sex positive things and stuff like that. Polyamory and sex and psychology around it and all those things. But creating your own user manual, is that what it's called specifically? Mm-hmm. It doesn't...
Write your own user.
Write your own user manual. It doesn't necessarily have to be regarding sex. So... It's really just about like defining boundaries and figuring out like, who am I anyway? Mel is one of the coolest people and who really just embraces life. I've heard her say so many times, life gets so much for her. I think she's in her early 50s. I've heard her say so many times, life got so much better in my 50s. And it's because she really like came into her own. And this class is really like when you meet Mel, you're like, whatever she's got going on, I want some of that. And I think this class, this workshop, this 4-week series really tunes into that. So it's very, I think, very beneficial for any person in any regard, and not necessarily pertaining to sex specifically, but also can bleed into that topic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Michelle Hunt, fave, Tiger.
And Agent Furball, hello in Texas there. Where are you in Texas? I have 2 brothers in Texas. One's in Austin and one's over in Dallas.
Yeah, my sister's about to move to near Fort Worth, too.
Yeah. Super cool. And I love that your name is Agent Furball.
Also, the VoiceBox karaoke gift cards, they have a VoiceBox in Fort Worth. So if you're anywhere near there, that's an auction item you could bid on. Speaking
of singing, the 4 lessons that you see there on the right from Audrey Voon, it has 2 bids and it's up to $85. That's 4 individual voice lessons. She's fantastic. I think I took a class from her, didn't I?
You did, yeah. And Audrey, I mean, it's called Soaring Soul Singing or something like that. Because Audrey's not just like your average voice teacher. Like I said before, I worked with her at a nonprofit called Ethos Music Center for a couple of years. And I also did a meditation with her this last week. I'm going to be doing that weekly. She's really more in depth than just surface level. First of all, she's a fantastic voice teacher as far as technique goes, but she goes deeper than that. And I'm a person who really benefits from that because I have I'm a performer and have a performing background and everything. Actually, you remember this, don't you? When Eric and I first met, he was in a karaoke gang. I'm not kidding. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't karaoke. I don't sing in front of people with my own voice. But if you put me in a musical, I could sing no problem as a character, not a problem. It was really interesting. But if I got in front of people just as me, my voice would crack. I couldn't hit the notes. I'd be off key. It's very psychological. And Audrey is a person who sort of taps into that and figures out what the fuck's going on there. But she's just so gentle and kind and inviting. And her meditations are amazing. And not that these voice lessons are a meditation, but she sort of incorporates that ethos, if you will. into that. So she's also, I don't know, she's comforting.
Yeah.
She's comforting. And
I feel like whoever gets that is just going to be wowed by the lessons.
yeah.
Can we take a minute
Nicole popped on.
to shout out to Nicole Perkins, who just popped into the chat. Nicole is our production assistant story coach. On day of show, helps out with. We couldn't do the show without her.
No, she's an intern story coach. She's smart as a whip.
Yeah.
I think I told Nicole. So Nicole, she's going to be with us for 5 years in December. Will be her 5-year anniversary with us. And I remember when she approached us originally and said, I want to volunteer with your show. I think she volunteered with us a couple times. And I was like, Eric, this girl is invaluable. And I interview anybody who volunteers with us because we're very hands-on that way. And I met with her and I was like, Nicole, I don't want you to volunteer with us. I want you to work for us. Like, I want to pay you. How can we make that happen? And then she was like, okay. And she signed on. And one of the first things I said to her was, I trust you with my heart. Because Nicole's a person who gets it. Like, she gets people. She understands. She's really, do you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
I don't know how to communicate it.
I can't say enough good things, but you've said it better than I ever could. She's invaluable. You're invaluable, Nicole.
Anyway, Nicole popped on. She's a little bit late because she had a work meeting. Yeah.
Good night, Tamasiar. Thank you so much for being here. And Katie, you asked, is Eric plant-based as well? And I will say that I am mostly plant-based, and definitely much more plant-based than I would be if I had never met Reba. And I feel like I'm edging more and more away every day.
To be clear, that's his choice. That's nothing that I told you had to do.
Exactly. Yeah. And I definitely believe in the ethics of it. I think, I have a hard time giving up some things. But I actually saw this wonderful thing the other day. Somebody said on the internet. You're familiar with the internet, right? So I didn't mean to do a spit take there. Somebody was saying, like I could never be vegan. I love bacon and cheese too much. And somebody's response to that was, so just get rid of everything else and keep the bacon and cheese and get rid of those when you're ready, if you're ever ready. It doesn't have to be all everything or all the other. Like, any step in that direction, it makes a huge difference. And
Yeah. It's interesting that you only speak about the ethics around it, because I'm also a holistic health coach. I'm not currently practicing because I'm full-time with the Mystery Box Show.
You're right, there's the health aspect.
Yeah, there's a health aspect to it too, but food is such it's emotional, it's intellectual, it's health, and it's it's ethical, it's emotional, but it's also health, and my point is, it's emotionally driven, and there should never be judgment around it. So I think plant-based folks specifically vegans have gotten many have gotten a bad reputation for being
obnoxious,
dictators, and dogmatic, and nasty. So
and like most groups, it's the loudest people that get noticed. There are plenty of vegans who do not live into that stereotype. We just don't hear about them as much because they live their life quietly and subtly and just be vegans on their own time.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't identify with that. With vegan, because it does have a negative connotation oftentimes. So that's why I say plant-based, just because there's no judgment. There's no judgment. Food is emotional. Call me. We'll talk all about. I could talk about this for hours.
She really could, and she's taught me a great deal. So that's where I am with that, Katie. We're also going to talk about what you see on the screen here, the 1 month subscription to the yoga from.
Did I not do that one already?
No, we did. We just hadn't talked that it has one bid on it right now, and it's at $60.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Let's see, and we were going to continue going down the list.
Is that how many more do we have?
We have Daniel Mason's artwork, the Organic Chaos, which has no bids on it right now. That starts at $80, and it's really a gorgeous piece.
Yeah, we had one other piece of his up, and it sold today, actually, at a buy now price. It sold immediately.
Yeah. We also have, let's see, next up we have the Advent calendar. And that, I believe, already has at least one bid on it.
Yeah, I love it so much.
Let me see where that
Another
is
one of those
here.
items that I was like, should I really put this up for auction or can I just keep it?
Where is that on the website? I'm surfing, I'm scrolling, I'm looking for it.
Well, I'm not sure, but I'll talk about it in the meantime.
There we
This
go. It
one-
has one bid and it's at $35.
Yeah, it's really rare. It's actually a collector's item. Yeah, the value is like $85 and it's at $35, so that's pretty good.
Gorgeous.
It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah. The Reading is Sexy bundle, which I think I can scroll to from here. Reading is Sexy. I'm finding it.
I think that one's got quite a few bids on it.
From Janet Hardy.
Probably has like 7 bids. I think you're going to find it on the first page. Sorry, I added so many items last night. I was like, it's mid-auction. Let's add the items.
There's 2 pages now.
Kenneth says, Reba, are the photos and the metal cast of you in a set or just each picture? They're separate. Just for the sake of this live stream, Eric put the graphics together all at once, but the 3 of them are separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Reading is Sexy bundle is up at $60 with 7 bids on it right now.
Truth be told, I'd pay $60 for 1 box of missionary chocolates. It comes with the chocolates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
By the way, Kenneth, if you want to see each of the photos individually, just click on the link there, or not click on the link.
Click on it?
You have to type it in. We haven't figured out yet how to get people to click on the link there, but you should be able to type that in. Let's see, and then next up we have Stella's. So Stella's coaching and book and rope have no bids on them yet.
That's hard to believe.
I know.
We've both had sessions with Stella. She's amazing. I can't say enough good things.
Reba even got tied up by her backstage once.
I did. Well, I got tied up with her in a class by myself, too.
Oh, that's right. She's
Yeah.
tied you up a couple times.
I have to tell you, Stella's one of those people. I've never necessarily been into rope bondage or anything. I'm into bondage, but like rope was never specifically my thing. And then Stella tied me up and she educated me like while it was happening, and I really got invested in it. And I was like, oh, she's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the vulva ornaments. And like Reba said, we had some up before and they sold really quickly. So we put these 2 up today. So
There's another one too that isn't pictured here. It's the Gothic vulva.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that on there.
You did it? That one's my personal favorite.
Okay.
It's on the next page, I think.
So those have no bids on them at the moment because they're brand new.
Oh, it's sold.
Oh.
Oh. All
Well,
right.
perfect.
Gothic vulva sold.
But these 2 that you're seeing right here are still available. So yeah, that's another run through of the auction items. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. This has been so cool.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions? Because this is fun.
It is totally fun.
I mean, regarding the auction or anything. Like, we like to talk.
Yeah, seriously about
we like
anything.
to talk to you.
Whether it's about the auction, the mystery box show, or like Reba said, anything. Ask us anything. We'll give you a take.
We'll circle back to the beginning. Someone was asking, were we a couple? I like to talk about this a little bit, and stop me when you feel uncomfortable. Not if, but when. Because, I really like to talk about this.
Do it.
So, someone asked if Eric and I were a couple, and we answered, yes, we are, and we'll talk about this at a later time. But, yes, we are married. And for 2 years...
I don't know what you're about to say. So you can start it with 2 years.
Okay, so this is really what I want to get to. So for essentially 2 years, I had for 2 years another partner, which I don't have anymore. But we never really knew how to identify that. I was going to say quantify. Identify that because I do not identify as polyamorous. And Eric, you kind of just said you're monogamous, although I think that's because that's just what it looks like to everyone else. There's no other
What?
Would you identify as monogamous? I don't even know.
I honestly don't know if I identify as monogamous, but I am monogamous and I always have been. I suppose that could change in the future, but I don't feel a calling to bring in more romantic or sexual partners into my life. So if that's identifying as monogamous, sure, I'm monogamous. I'm currently behaving monogamously.
So the point I was getting at was that I was really like, I can't handle it when I would be, I had another partner and people would be like, oh, so you're polyamorous? And I would be like, ooh, there's nothing wrong with being polyamorous. So don't take my shudder as that. It's just that I don't identify that way. And we always just kind of said, well, we're in an open marriage. But that also, people take that to mean that like both of us
We're just playing the field all the time.
Right. So it's really interesting. I just wanted to kind of bring that up, that's, I don't know any other person or couples. I'm sure they exist. I just don't know of any. And currently I do not have another partner, but I don't know. I just wanted to bring that up because we were talking about spectrums, and I think that is a spectrum as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because someone asked.
Derek, thank you so very much. That is super generous. Thank you. And to answer your question, so we actually have been considering exploring other ideas and ways that we can engage with the audience here on YouTube. As you may know, we've been doing our live streams where we have our storytellers come on and tell stories. Basically a transplant of the stage show that we do. But we've also been, in the middle of our live streams, we do these call out for confessions for people to send in confessions, and then we record these confession corner videos. You can see those here on the YouTube videos.
Okay, but talk about the quickies on the podcast.
Okay, one moment.
We're married.
But we've also been talking about other ways that we can do these live streams. Maybe keep them still sex focused, but include with the stories other ways of engaging with people. Maybe, like you said, Derek, taking callers, or maybe having people leave voicemails. So on the podcast that we have right now, we are doing occasional quickies, is what we're calling them. And that's where Reba sort of talks about something that's on her mind, and then invites people to call into our phone number, to our anonymous phone number, and leave voicemail messages that might show up on the podcast. So if you go and subscribe to the podcast right now and look for, we have one quickie up right now where Reba's talking about sex positivity, and asks what sex positivity means to you. If you call the number that's on that podcast, then you might show up on a future quickie.
Right, but I also ask for topics that you want me to talk about on quickies. So you could also call in that number and say like, hey, this is an interesting topic I'm curious about, and I might choose that to talk about. So you don't have that number, do you?
I do, actually. I mean...
Give the people the number, because you can call in right now.
Yeah, I mean, I can speak that number out loud. If anybody wants to write this down, I'll say it 3 times. So if you want to call in and leave a voicemail, you can call in to 971-267-3950. Call into the Mystery Box Show. That's 971-267-3950. One more time.
Can you type that in?
One more time.
Can you type it in?
971-267-3950. And I'll put that in the chat there.
Kenneth says, I was thinking about getting them, just wish they were set. You mean the photographs?
Yeah.
Well, you can bid on them individually. I can add a set. I could probably add a set. I don't think I can add the metallic one, though.
Francois, great question. The name of the podcast is the Mystery Box Show Podcast. If you go to Apple or Spotify and type in the Mystery Box Show, you will find us. There we go. 971-267-3950.
Yeah. So you can talk to me about sex positivity there, or you can call in and leave a voicemail regarding a topic you would like me to talk about on the podcast. So on the podcast, to be clear, we highlight stories. So you hear one story, that's been on our stage before, and I host it. So it can, I talk a little bit about the story, but then in between those stories, I do podcasts that are just quickies. So they're like 15 minutes long, 20 minutes maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sometimes oblivious to things. I didn't know that Klaus has reappeared on the scene. Being very, very handsy with my wife.
I just like him so much. He's like a circus skeleton. He, as I mentioned at the top of this, is what my son coined me as Death and Rainbows. Death and Rainbows.
Totally.
He's a circus skeleton. Okay. Love them. All right. Are those all the things?
Yeah, I think we can just about wrap up now, unless anybody has anything else they'd like to say. We'll wait about, let's say we'll give it about 5 more minutes, just because of the delay between us speaking and you hearing us, and then we seeing your text there.
Roger says he resembles Klaus.
Ooh.
You're a...
I hope not in
skeleton?
in skin content. I hope your skin content is way above Klaus's. But other than that, are you a clown? Are you a skeleton clown?
Ooh, I love circus people.
Yeah.
You know
you
I
do.
love circus people.
You do. Thank you, Francois. I'm just so enamored with your French name.
Wait, what is that? So something either way sounds amazing. What is that? Can you scroll up? Trying to read the chat.
Yeah.
Like a telethon or Ask Ruth advice style show. Either way sounds amazing.
Yeah. We would love to have people call in. I think that could be a lot of fun. We might try some stuff this winter. So we're going to have a live stream of Storytellers again on October 17th. And then we're actually taking a little bit of a hiatus. Reva's going on sabbatical. But in that time, we might get a little experimental with folks. Just to throw some ideas out there and see what works, see what doesn't, while nobody's looking, while nobody's minding the store. And then, and if one of those ideas happens to pop up and people engage, maybe we make it an official part of the Mystery Box show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Francois.
Is Francois referring to Francois' name?
I do believe so.
You know, Eric speaks a little French.
Un petit peu. Mais seulement un petit peu. Anyway. High school French. Like, I never lived in France. I never went to France. I grew up near Canada, so I was used to seeing French here and there, but I am by no means an expert. I just throw them around my high school French.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, it has been lovely to spend the evening with you. Yeah. Thank you for all hanging out with us and for checking out the auction. It's going until Sunday. Michelle, thank you for your vids. We will definitely stay safe out here.
She says, just don't go outside. Got good air filters?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We do. We changed our air filters. Luckily, we had one lying around that was brand new because, the stores have them flying off the shelves right now. The air quality got a little worse today, but then I think it's going to go down
supposed to rain
again.
in a couple days, right?
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain.
That should help a lot.
Yeah, in the meantime, we're just trying to do the best we can to donate and help out folks who've been affected by the fire. So I encourage you to do that too if you can. Yeah.
Good luck to all of you, and thank you again so much for your support. It really means the world to us. We want to keep this show alive.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. Let us also know in the chat if you want us to do more live streams, just to come and hang out.
Yeah, this has been fun.
We like hanging out with you. So,
All right.
cheers.
See you again. Bye.
Bye.